Now, one of the world's oldest mountains is facing a new identity crisis. A recent judgment by the Supreme Court of India on Aravalli Hills has sparked fears of large-scale mining and the ecological impact. Government has rubbished the apprehensions. It says there is no imminent threat to the Aravalli's ecology and that the hills remain under robust protection. On November 20th this year, India's top court has accepted the central government's definition as to which landforms would qualify as Aravalli Hills and Ranges. Under the new definition, based on classification attributed to geologist Richard Murphy, any landform with an elevation of 100 meters or more above the local relief will be considered as part of Aravalli Hills. The Aravalli Range is defined as 2 or more Aravalli Hills located within the proximity of 500 meters from each other, measured from the outermost point on the boundary of the lowest contour line on either side. The definition was proposed by a committee under the Environment Secretary and will be used to facilitate mining. Incidentally, it was the Supreme Court who in 2010 had refused to accept the definition initially and directed the Forest Survey of India to carry out satellite imaging of the entire hill range. The FSI has proposed a formula based on local elevation instead of local relief. It counts all areas above the minimum elevation of an Aravalli state with a slope of at least 3 degrees as Aravalli. But the court did not accept the formula. The judgment evoked a strong reaction from the environmentalists. The point of contention is the 100-meter benchmark and the use of local profile as a measuring base. Environmentalists point out that the Aravallis are already battered by decades of legal and illegal mining. They argued that redefining hills purely by height could exclude large tracts, especially in Delhi, Haryana and Rajasthan. Taking the example of Rajasthan, FSI formula would cover over 40,000 square kilometers in 15 districts in Rajasthan. The 100-meter definition would exclude nearly 99% of the hills with their slopes and surroundings identified by the FSI in the same districts. The union government has rejected these allegations and clarified that it was wrong to conclude that mining is permitted in all landforms below 100-meter height.
एक भ्रम और फैलाया जा रहा है कि जी दिल्ली में तो माइनिंग ही अलाउ नहीं है, फरीदाबाद में माइनिंग ही अलाउ नहीं है, गुड़गांव में माइनिंग ही अलाउ नहीं है, नूह का भी मुझे नहीं लगता कोई बहुत थोड़ा सा इलाका होगा, इसके बाद रेवाड़ी में थोड़ी सी माइनिंग अलाउ है और हरियाणा में महेंद्रगढ़ में है.
The centre claimed that mining activity would be allowed in just 0.19% of the Aravalli area and that no new mines have been opened.
नई माइनिंग सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो प्लान है, साइंटिफिक प्लान, पहले साइंटिफिक प्लान होगा, ICFR होगी, उसके बाद सोचा जाएगा. पर मैं बिल्कुल स्पष्ट रूप से बता रहा हूं 0.19% से ज्यादा में हो ही नहीं पाएगी.
And for the latest, our correspondent Dharamjot Kaur has sent us this report.
Days after Supreme Court's controversial ruling that has triggered an outcry among environmentalists, India's Environment Minister has issued a clarification and said that the government is committed to protecting the Aravalli range. But environmentalists and activists are concerned with the ruling that limits the legal definition of one of India's oldest ranges that spans across states and ends here at the national capital. Now, how much of what the government says will truly fall into implementation on ground remains to be seen. The current issue adds on to a decades-old campaign and other issues that are concerning mining activities and increasing settlements in the ridge areas, not just of Delhi, but also of the states of Gujarat and Rajasthan. It remains to be seen if court accepts petitions that are being filed by environmentalists in court and takes cognizance of all the concerns that are being raised by critics. With video journalist Abhishek, this is Dharamjot Kaur for WION World is One.